Victorian women's underwear was designed for modesty and practicality, consisting of chemises, corsets, and drawers. Corsets made with whalebone or steel shaped the body into an hourglass figure, influencing fashion and health. Split drawers allowed convenience without removing layers. Beautiful women of the Wild West paid attention to details like stockings. They wore knee-length silk or cotton stockings, secured with garters. Black was the preferred daytime color, valued for its practicality and understated elegance in their attire. Women tightened corsets over their shirts, a vital Victorian fashion item made of lightweight material reinforced with whalebone or steel, designed to create an hourglass figure. Brothel madams elevated this trend, wearing extravagant corsets to impress clients and display status. At night, women chose white or colorful stockings, adding charm and sophistication to their attire. Some even perfumed their garters, leaving a subtle fragrance as they walked, enhancing their allure and attention to detail in evening fashion. Annie Oakley, a celebrated sharpshooter of the Wild West, showcased exceptional firearm skills from a young age. At 15, she defeated marksman Frank Butler, later her husband. She gained global fame performing in Buffalo Bill's Wild West show. Kate Rockwell was a well-known actress and singer, particularly recognized for her performances in theaters and saloons. She gained fame for her beauty and captivating stage presence, which made her a popular figure in the entertainment world. Although much of her personal life remains unclear, Kate Rockwell is often remembered as one of the prominent women entertainers of the era, contributing to the vibrant cultural scene of the American frontier. In the Wild West, some prostitutes were known to wear white dresses adorned with lace or embroidery. These dresses, symbolizing purity and femininity, contrasted with their profession, creating a striking visual that subtly challenged societal norms of the time. Olive Oatman, captured by Native Americans in 1851, was adopted by the Mojave, who tattooed her chin in tribal tradition. Later ransomed, she became a symbol of survival and cultural exchange in the Wild West. In the photo, a woman wears a bustle, a padded or steel frame accessory at the waist, used to add volume to the back of her dress. This style, popular in 19th century fashion, was common for special occasions and saloons. Ada Isaacs. Mencken gained fame in the 19th century for her provocative role in Mazeppa, where she performed on horseback. She was also known for her poetry, marriage to a Hungarian aristocrat, and her defiance of societal expectations for women. In this 1886 photograph, a young Texan cowgirl in traditional attire reflects the fearless spirit of women in the Wild West. Working alongside men, she participated in cattle herding, horseback riding, and rodeos. Josie Washburn was a notable figure, renowned for managing a successful brothel in Nebraska. Her intelligence and business skills contributed to her success, while her beauty also garnered attention, making her a well-known personality in the region. Washburn efficiently ran her brothel, maintaining good relationships with clients and local authorities. Her reputation for resourcefulness and strategic thinking allowed her to gain financial stability and influence within her community. She became a prominent personality in the region. Belle Starr, known as the Bandit Queen, was an infamous figure of the Wild West. She was associated with outlaws like Jesse James and the Younger Brothers, and was known for her daring lifestyle, including cattle rustling and horse theft. Despite her criminal activities, Belle cultivated an image of intrigue and independence, often dressing in flamboyant clothing. Her life ended violently when she was shot near her home in Oklahoma. Anna Held, born in 1872 in Warsaw, was a famous actress and singer known for her Broadway performances, especially in the Ziegler Follies. She became a muse for producer Florence Ziegler and was celebrated for her beauty, charm, and voice. In this photo from 1894, a Kiowa girl is captured smiling, a contrast to the usual expressions of the time. Smiling was uncommon in photos due to long exposure times. Her traditional dress adds to the uniqueness of this moment. Lillian Russell was an American singer and actress in the late 19th century, known for her stunning beauty and powerful voice. She was a star of operettas and Broadway, becoming one of the highest-paid performers of her time. Girls under 18 could wear their hair loose or braided, but upon adulthood, women were expected to keep it tied up in public. Loose hair was reserved for prostitutes and actresses, signaling a woman's social status and respectability. Rose Dunn is remembered as a brave young woman who navigated the Wild West alongside outlaws. She became involved with the notorious Dalton Gang, a group of thieves known for their criminal activities during the late 19th century. Lottie Dino, born Charlotte Dino in 1844, was a famous gambler and card dealer in the American West. She gained prominence in the late 1800s for her poker skills, particularly in the gambling halls of Texas and New Mexico. Known for her beauty and sharp mind, Lottie was a respected figure in the gambling world. Her reputation as a skilled player earned her both admiration and suspicion, and she became a legendary figure in frontier gambling culture. Lottie eventually settled in New Mexico, where she lived a quieter life after retiring from the gambling circuit. Arapaho women played vital roles within their tribe. They were skilled in crafting clothing, teepee coverings, and intricate beadwork, often using designs symbolizing their spiritual beliefs. Women also gathered plants, prepared food, and maintained households in their nomadic lifestyle. Pretty Nose was an Arapaho woman, remembered for her association with the Battle of the Little Bighorn in 1876. A warrior, she is often identified in historical accounts as one of the female participants in this conflict against U.S. forces. Josephine Chicago Joe Airy Hensley earned fame in Deadwood for her brothel, where she skillfully navigated the frontier's dangerous underworld. Known for her strong business acumen, she mingled with notorious figures and even gained the respect of local lawmen. Ann Bassett was a rancher in Colorado, known for her involvement with Butch Cassidy's Wild Bunch. She and her sister ran their family's ranch. Ann was romantically linked to several members of the gang, including Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Her connections to outlaws led to multiple arrests for cattle rustling and other crimes, although she was never convicted. After the decline of the Wild Bunch, Ann continued managing her ranch and maintained a relatively quiet life. Fanny Porter was a well-known madam in the Wild West. She gained prominence for her business skills and associations with figures like Bat Masterson and Wyatt Earp. Porter's brothel was a key establishment in the city's notorious red light district. It is said that Fanny's connections went beyond mere business, with whispers of a deeper bond between her and the Sundance Kid, possibly even Etta Place. The extent of these relationships remains a subject of intrigue. Etta Place, known for her association with Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, is remembered for her mysterious life. She traveled with the outlaws to South America and was believed to have been romantically involved with the Sundance Kid. Eleanor Dumont, known as Madame Mustache, was a renowned gambler and card dealer during the California Gold Rush. Born around 1829, she earned her reputation for her charm and skill, operating gambling parlors and managing brothels in various towns. Known for her refined demeanor and skill at cards, Dumont attracted minors and gamblers with her charm and professionalism. Despite her success, her life ended tragically in poverty, but her legacy remains as one of the first professional female gamblers. Mattie Blaylock was the common-law wife of Wyatt Earp. She lived with him in Dodge City, where she struggled with alcoholism and the instability of their relationship. After their separation, she died from an overdose in 1888. Josephine Marcus, born in New York, was an adventurous young woman who moved west seeking new opportunities. In Tombstone, Arizona, she met Wyatt Earp, the famous lawman, and became his longtime companion, spending the rest of her life with him. Wyatt Earp is often remembered for his role in the gunfight at the OK Corral, but his relationship with Josephine was central to his life. Throughout their time together, Josephine provided emotional support, especially during Wyatt's turbulent years in Tombstone. Ah Toy was one of the most famous Chinese figures in Gold Rush-era California. Originally from China, she immigrated to San Francisco in 1849 and became one of the first Chinese madams in the region, running a successful brothel. Ah Toy used her beauty and intelligence. She fought legal battles to protect her business, becoming a prominent and controversial figure in Chinatown. Her life highlights the challenges and opportunities faced by Chinese immigrants during the Gold Rush. Fanny Sperry Steele was a renowned cowgirl and rodeo star in the early 20th century. Born in 1887, she became famous for her exceptional skills in bronc riding and roping, winning numerous rodeo championships. Steele was one of the first women to compete in men's rodeos and was celebrated for her pioneering role in breaking gender barriers in the sport. Laura Bullion, born in 1876 in Texas, was a notable figure in Butch Cassidy's Wild Bunch. She became romantically involved with several gang members, including the notorious Ben Kilpatrick. Bullion participated in various criminal activities, including train robberies and forgery. She was arrested for her role in a train robbery and sentenced to prison. After serving her sentence, she lived under multiple aliases. Bullion eventually settled in Memphis, Tennessee, where she led a quiet life until her death in 1961. Calamity Jane became famous for her wild lifestyle, sharp shooting skills, and association with figures like Wild Bill Hickok. She often dressed as a man to fit in and earned both admiration and notoriety in the frontier. Known for her compassion, Calamity Jane also worked as a nurse during the 1876 smallpox epidemic, helping the sick. Her tough persona and softer side combined to make her one of the most iconic women of the Wild West. Lotta Crabtree was a popular American actress and comedian in the 19th century, known for her performances in vaudeville and Broadway. In a famous 1868 portrait, she boldly smokes a cigar, challenging traditional gender norms of the time. Lotta Crabtree was known for blending traditional folk tunes with her own compositions, creating a unique performance style. She often adapted her shows to local audiences, earning widespread admiration and establishing herself as a pioneer in American entertainment. In the Wild West, long, healthy hair was seen as the epitome of female beauty. Without access to modern shampoo, women used homemade remedies, such as natural oils and herbal infusions, to keep their hair glossy, clean, and well-maintained. Women cleaned their hair using mixtures like sweet-smelling oils, cow fat perfume, or combinations of eggs and lemons. Although these methods cleaned their hair, they lacked the ability to soften it, leaving hair less smooth compared to today's standards. Lola Montez was born in Ireland as Eliza Rosanna Gilbert. She gained fame in Europe as a performer, adopting the persona of a Spanish dancer. Known for her spider dance, she toured extensively across continents during the 1840s to 1850s. In 1846, she became the mistress of King Ludwig I of Bavaria, receiving the title Countess of Landsfeld. Her influence contributed to Ludwig's abdication in 1848. Afterward, she emigrated to the United States, continuing to perform until her death. Elizabeth Bacon Custer was the wife of General George Armstrong Custer. After his death at the Battle of Little Bighorn in 1876, she became a writer and lecturer, dedicating her life to preserving his legacy. She published several books, including Boots and Saddles, offering insights into frontier life. Elizabeth worked tirelessly to portray her husband as a heroic figure, influencing public perception and shaping the historical narrative of his military career. In the Wild West, respectable women avoided makeup, as it was associated with actresses or women of ill repute. Pale skin symbolized high social status and refinement. A woman's appearance reflected her reputation and how society perceived her character. Pauline Cushman was a Union spy during the Civil War, using her acting skills to gather intelligence. Posing as a Southern sympathizer, she infiltrated Confederate circles and provided valuable information to Union forces, risking her life in dangerous missions. In 1864, Cushman was captured by Confederate forces and sentenced to death, but escaped execution when Union troops advanced. After the war, she toured as a speaker, recounting her wartime exploits. Her bravery earned her the honorary title of Major. Susan Anderson, among the first female doctors in the Wild West, graduated from medical school in 1897. She established her practice in Fraser, Colorado, where she became known as Dr. Susie. For nearly 50 years, she provided dedicated medical care, often traveling through harsh conditions to reach patients. Mary Halleck Foote, a writer and illustrator, vividly depicted Wild West life. Living in mining communities after marrying a mining engineer, she infused her works with realism, contributing both literature and illustrations to major publications, shaping Western cultural narratives. Victoria Woodhull broke barriers as the first woman to run for U.S. president in 1872. A bold advocate for women's rights, suffrage, and free speech, Her groundbreaking campaign highlighted her progressive vision and determination for social reform. In addition to her historic candidacy, Victoria Woodhull, alongside her sister Tennessee, became the first woman to establish a brokerage firm on Wall Street. Margaret Tobin Brown, known as the unsinkable Molly Brown, gained fame after surviving the Titanic disaster. Born in 1867 in Hannibal, Missouri, she moved to Leadville, Colorado in the late 1880s, where she became involved in the silver mining industry. After her husband, J.J. Brown, discovered a rich silver deposit in 1893, Margaret's wealth grew significantly. She became known for her philanthropy, activism, and strong-willed personality. Brown was a champion for women's rights and the working class. She supported women's rights, social causes, and worked tirelessly to improve the lives of others. Her remarkable survival story, strong-willed personality, and efforts to help others in the face of tragedy solidified her place in history. Jenny Rogers, known as the Queen of the Colorado Underworld, was a savvy businesswoman who managed brothels and gambling operations. Her beauty, charisma, and strategic acumen helped her thrive in the rough frontier towns, earning respect in a male-dominated world. Julia Bulett, a renowned courtesan in Virginia City during the Silver Rush, was admired not only for her beauty, but for her compassion. She cared for the sick during epidemics and supported local causes, including the fire department. Dora Hand, also known as Fanny Keenan, was a singer in Dodge City, performing at the Lady Gay Dance Hall and Alhambra Saloon. In 1878, she was tragically shot by a man targeting the city's mayor, cutting her life short. Dora Dufran was a notorious figure known for her work as a prostitute and her involvement in the criminal underworld. She was one of the few women to manage a brothel in Dodge City, Kansas, during the late 1800s. Despite her controversial profession, Dora was also known for her intelligence and business acumen, earning respect in a male-dominated world. Her story is often overshadowed by her criminal associations. Mary Coulter was a pioneering American architect, best known for her work in the American Southwest, particularly with the Santa Fe Railway and the Grand Canyon. She designed several iconic structures, blending Native American and Southwestern architectural styles. Coulter's most famous works include the Hopi House and the Desert View Watchtower at the Grand Canyon, where her designs captured the spirit of the region's natural beauty and indigenous cultures. Elizabeth Bondewell McCourt, later Elizabeth McCourt Doe Tabo, was born in 1839 in Wisconsin. After her first husband's death, she moved to Denver, Colorado, where she became a successful businesswoman, managing a prominent hotel. Known for her involvement in social and charitable causes, Elizabeth was a respected figure in Denver. Her contributions to local philanthropy and her business success made her a significant influence in the community during the late 19th century. Mary Ellen Pleasant, known as Mammy Pleasant, was not only a successful entrepreneur in California during the gold rush, but also a powerful abolitionist. She used her wealth to support the Underground Railroad and civil rights causes. Martha Maxwell was a pioneering naturalist and taxidermist. She was one of the first women to professionally practice taxidermy and is credited with creating one of the earliest museum displays featuring animals in lifelike poses within recreated habitats. Polly Pry was a journalist and pioneer for women in investigative reporting in the American West. She gained fame in Colorado as the first female journalist for the Denver Post, where she covered controversial topics that challenged societal norms. Pry became widely known for her campaign to pardon Alfred Packer, a convicted cannibal. Her work stirred public debate and demonstrated the power of investigative journalism. Mary Elizabeth Libby Haley Thompson, also known as Squirrel Tooth Alice, was a notable figure in the American Wild West. Born in 1855, she became a dance hall girl and later a brothel madam in Sweetwater, Texas. Her nickname originated from a gap in her front teeth and her fondness for keeping prairie dogs as pets, which were often mistaken for squirrels. Libby was married to William Texas Billy Thompson, brother of the notorious gunfighter Ben Thompson. Della Moore was a prostitute in the Wild West and the girlfriend of outlaw Kid Curry. Linked to his robberies, she was arrested in 1901, but acquitted. She later returned to prostitution, with her death estimated around 1926. Maddie Silks was a prominent madam in Denver's red light district, known for her business acumen. She ran the renowned House of Mirrors and became famous for her involvement in the nude duel with rival Madam Katie Fulton. Ellen Watson, known as Cattle Kate, gained notoriety after being accused of cattle rustling. Born in 1861, she moved to Wyoming and married a rancher, but soon found herself at odds with powerful local cattlemen over land and livestock. In 1889, Ellen was accused of stealing cattle, a charge many believe was fabricated by her rivals. She was arrested and, without a fair trial, was lynched by a mob. Her tragic death highlighted the lawlessness of the time. Cynthia Ann Parker was born in 1827 in Texas and became famous for her abduction by the Comanche tribe at the age of 9. After the raid on her family's homestead in 1836, she was taken and integrated into the tribe. She was adopted and became a wife of a Comanche chief. Cynthia lived with the Comanche for over 20 years, having children with her Comanche husband. In 1860, she was captured by Texas Rangers and forcibly returned to her family. Kate Elder, also known as Big Nose Kate, was a well-known figure, famous for her association with legendary gunslinger Doc Holliday. Born in 1850, she became a saloon girl and occasionally worked as a prostitute, moving through various frontier towns. Kate often found herself caught in the violent and unpredictable world of the Wild West. She survived many hardships, including financial struggles and the death of Holliday, but remained a prominent figure in frontier history. Women in cities like San Francisco embraced fashionable hats adorned with ostrich feathers and colorful flowers during the 1880s. These hats became a symbol of status and elegance, often worn at social events, dances, and in daily life. The elaborate design of long ostrich feathers and vibrant blooms reflected the Victorian era's emphasis on intricate feminine fashion and luxury. They were especially popular among the upper class, highlighting the wearer's wealth and social standing in Western society. Abigail Scott Duniway was a pioneering figure in the women's suffrage movement. Born in 1834, she became a prominent writer and editor. Duniway used her skills to advocate for women's rights, publishing articles in her newspaper, The New Northwest. Her work helped lead to the passage of women's voting rights in Oregon in 1912, though she did not live to see the national victory in 1920. Duniway's legacy remains integral to the early women's rights movement in the West. Martha Hughes Cannon was a pioneering physician and the first woman elected to a U.S. state senate. She became an advocate for public health. Cannon earned a medical degree in 1880 and worked as a doctor in Salt Lake City. In 1896, she made history by defeating her husband, who was running for the same seat, in a Utah State Senate election. Cannon's election was a major victory for women's political participation in the U.S. Susan Shelby was a key figure in the American West, known for her work as an educator and advocate for women's rights. Born in 1819, she moved to Missouri, where she became active in local politics and social causes. Sarah Jane Creech, better known as Sadie Orchard, was a notorious figure in the Wild West. Born in the 1850s, she became infamous for her role as a prostitute and later a madam in the Arizona Territory. Sadie was known for her bold personality and involvement with various lawmen and outlaws, including the infamous outlaw Tom Blackjack Ketchum. Despite her tumultuous life, she gained a reputation for survival and influence in the frontier's red light districts. Many cowgirls, especially in Texas, were skilled at roping and competing in rodeos, earning the respect of their communities. Lou Graham was a German-born madam who established one of Seattle's most renowned brothels in the late 1800s. Known for its lavish entertainments, her business thrived, contributing to Seattle's financial recovery post 1,889 fire in the 1893 economic panic. Lou Graham's brothel became a key part of Seattle's post-fire recovery, providing a place for the city's elite to socialize. Her success continued despite societal pressures, solidifying her place in Seattle's history during the late 1800s. Belle Brezing was a madam in Kentucky during the late 19th century, known for her upscale brothel. She gained respect from elites and politicians, Her charm and discretion helped her maintain a successful and influential business in a male-dominated society. In this photo, Belle relaxes in her private sitting room surrounded by elegant decor. A Bluegrass Blade 1891 article reveals her wealth, mentioning lost diamond earrings. Fannie K. Wiggins Kelly Gordon was a remarkable woman of the Wild West, gaining recognition for her role in the frontier social scene. Her legacy is tied to her entrepreneurial spirit and influential connections. Nellie Cashman, born in 1847, was a Canadian-born pioneer who became a respected figure in the American West. She worked as a prospector, restaurateur, and philanthropist, helping miners in Alaska and Arizona, earning recognition for her humanitarian efforts. Johanna July was a Native American woman, known for her strength and resilience. She played a significant role in her tribe, showing leadership in a time when women faced great challenges. Sarah Winnemucca was a Paiute Native American writer, activist, and educator. She is best known for her memoir, Life Among the Paiutes, Their Wrongs and Claims, which chronicles the struggles of her people under settler colonialism. Winnemucca became a key advocate for Native American rights, fighting against the injustice faced by her people. Emma Lillis Quigley, known as Creed Lil, was a notable figure. Originally an opera singer, she moved to Creed, Colorado, where she became a well-known figure in the town's red light district. Emma transitioned from a performer to a businesswoman running a brothel. Her brothel was renowned for its upscale, elegant decor, reflecting her refined tastes. Known for wearing extravagant jewels and fine clothing, Emma became a symbol of wealth and influence. Toby Wynma Riddle was a respected Modoc Native American woman who played a key role in the Modoc War. She acted as a mediator and negotiator, helping her tribe communicate with U.S. forces and advocating for her people's rights. Lozin was a skilled Chiricahua Apache warrior and medicine woman, renowned for her ability to sense enemy movements during battles. A trusted leader and fighter, she fought alongside her brother Victorio and played a key role in defending her people.